Hi guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. So today, what we're going to be doing is putting in a new backbone system. I'll give you a look at the new backbone system, which is through BGT4X4. Let's check it out. All right, so the new backbone system itself, and again, it's made out of steel. So the new backbone system only weighs about 10 kilos, which is ideal because we need to keep the weight on the roof down as low as possible. It's been engineered to distribute the load across the 3 specific mounting points. So it utilises the existing mounting points on the Pajero roof. So you're not having to drill any new holes or anything like that. And it's been designed to take roof bars as well as a full flat roof rack as well. Now, I've received actually the prototype roof bars for this system, so I'll be showing you in this video those as well, but they may not be available just quite yet to order. Otherwise, I dare say they're not far away. Okay, now it's been designed with a low profile system in mind. So at the end of the day, we want to try and limit the amount of wind noise as much as possible. I'll let you know ultimately sort of how it goes. Obviously different systems with slight different variations and whatnot, you're going to get sort of different situations overall. And what I really like is with the prototype roof bars, you can actually mount them on top of the backbone or actually underneath the mounting points of the backbone, which is going to help you decrease the height. And for me, that's absolute gold, because I'm hoping to be able to get this rooftop tent actually into a parking garage with it mounted on the car permanently. I think it's wishful thinking, but at least this system allows you to do that. Now, it's been designed for Mitsubishi Pajero models from 2006 to 2021, so basically the Gen 4 models with the factory roof rail bolts. Now, if you've got a vehicle that doesn't have the factory roof rails, you're going to have to drill in. So if you're talking Gen 4, no issues. And then with the Gen 3 NM and NP with roof rails, you might require some drilling there. Okay, so Gen 4, no modifications whatsoever, but otherwise you may require some minor mods for the Gen 3. When you actually get the backbone rails, you get the 2 backbones, you get the roof mounts, which are actually separate to the backbone itself, and then you get the nuts and bolt kit. Now I'll take you through all the nuts and bolts. So there's basically almost 3 groups of nuts and bolts. So in particular, I haven't ordered the roof rack itself, the flat roof rack. So these whole series of bolts here are designed for that. The next set of bolts are basically for mounting the actual brackets that are fixed to the roof of the car to the actual backbone system itself. And one of the things to keep in mind is these bolts in the middle are slightly smaller, and then the 2 at either other end are slightly bigger. And be mindful of that with the actual washers as well, so there's some slight variations. And then this next set of bolts is specifically for mounting to the actual roof itself. So there's 12 sets of everything. You've got spring washers, you've got normal washers, and you've got rubber washers, and you've got nuts, as well as these bolts, which have got sort of an Allen key type fitting. So with the load rating, they state that it's legally up to 100 kilos, including the system, and it's been tested up to 200 to 300 kilos for peace of mind. So I know for a fact that, for instance, my rooftop tent is going to be 73 kilos. So plus the actual awning, which is about 20, in the low 20s, maybe 22 kilos. So sort of I'm perfectly at that sort of 100 kilo mark. And that's pretty much what the weight limit is for the Pajero. All right guys, so that's all the specifications and how it all looks. All right, so what we'll do now is we're going to remove the open road awning. We're going to remove the current roof rack that I've got up there, because I'm currently running the factory roof rails with crossbars, as well as then a flat platform on top. All right guys, so this is where we're at. All the entire roof structure off. Look, it's relatively simple. Obviously the center one's probably a little bit more painful, but otherwise the front one's super easy, the rear one's super easy to get the factory roof rails off. So these are the 6 brackets that come with the backbone system. So you can see I've lined them up on the roof basically where they're going to go. Now all of the original, especially in the rear and the front, the factory seals leave there. Now there is no factory seal here, and as you can see, there's only one little hole as a point of entry. And then what we're doing with that is we've got these grommets that have come with the backbone system, which we'll be using in place in that one in particular. And then also the rest of them use the grommets as well. Now, it also comes with silicone, so it's up to you. Look, we're using all of the factory holes. So there's 2 holes here, like I said, 2 in the front and the one there. We're actually not going to use silicone, all right? Whether you think that's crazy or not, but the factory rails never use silicone, and I've never had the roof leak once. So we're going to opt not to use silicone, but again, up to yourself. Again, if budget 4x4 say use silicone and you want to use silicone, go for it. But we're going to basically not do it. All right. So what we'll do now is we've cleaned up the roof as best as possible. We're going to start doing the installation on these, and this is, I think the next few steps are just going to be super easy. All right, let's get stuck into it. So I noticed this here as part of the plastic molding here is a bit raised. So I'm going to cut this off and I'll show you what I've done on the other side. So what we've done is we've just shaved it down so it's actually flush with the plastic and then level on the other side, okay? And then what that's going to mean is that the bracket is going to sit flush onto the actual, onto this surface. So now it's flush because you're going to have a lot of outward pressure on this side, and because it's flush to the full surface, it's going to spread the load very nicely, and then all of the other washers we're going to stack on top. And again, if you want to use silicone as well, go for it, but we're going to opt not for it at this stage. All right, so we've got rubber grommet, then we've got metal washer, then we've got spring washer. So the rubber grommet, plus the fact that it's flat on this rubber seal underneath, should be more than enough to stop any water ingress. And also, if you like to, if you want to use the factory bolts as well, mate, it's up to you. Because we're not going to be, for the front and the rear, we're not going to be putting nuts from underneath. But it does come with nuts, so if you want to do it, by all means. This is the way we're going to handle it. Now, that is so much more solid. It's totally flush the whole plate onto the roof. And then that's so much more better. All right, so that's what we're going to do for both sides, for the front and the rear, and then the middle section's a little bit different. We'll show you that one. All right, guys, so this is now the situation with the front, okay? Now we've got a similar issue here in that, well, it's not an issue, but we've got this raised plastic section. So literally, if you put it like that, what happens is the actual metal bracket is actually pointing up in the air. So you see there's a bit of play. And again, you can sort of silicone under that if you want, but what I would prefer is similar to the other one, is I'm just going to shave down this plastic so it's flush, so that way all of the weight, there's nothing in the air. So let's cut this down and see where we end up. All right, guys, so you'll see we've just bent it a fraction in the downward position, as you can see there. So then when you put it on top, you'll see that this is now touching at that point, and here it's slightly up in the air, and then once we bolt here and bolt here, that's going to put the perfect amount of pressure to hold it in place. And that's going to stop any flapping about, which will be perfect. All right, let's screw it in exactly the same as the last one. All right, again, no silicone, just line up the holes. Same configuration of grommets and washers and spring washers. And then the only thing different is this here is slightly raised. All right, guys, as you can see, nice and simple. And again, the pressure on here is perfect. So this bracket's actually designed really well to account for this factory grommet. Absolutely solid as, beautiful. All right, let's do the middle one.
basically. Yeah, it'll go nice and easy.
Yep. All right, guys, so what we've done is we've pushed the bolt and the washers straight through the hole. And now we're going to go in from underneath, just like the original factory one, and then just tighten the nut up. So this is the only one of both sections where we're actually tightening a nut up from underneath. It comes with nuts for the whole thing. If you want to pull the whole roof lining out and access all of them, by all means. But from factory, the front and rear ones never had nuts underneath because the nuts are actually built into the chassis. But if you want that extra protection, go for it. All right, guys, so all done. So we ended up using Allen key at the top and then the ratchet at the bottom. Absolutely solid as. Sits really, really nice and neat, that one. Great job. All right, last one on the other side, and then we're done. The hard work's done, should I say. Let's hope. All right, guys, that's the last one. Now, what we're going to do is, everything's all set up now to put the backbone. All right, just a tip, guys, too. This has got the V93R, so that's obviously right-hand side. So remember, with these bolts, the two bolts for the front and the rear are exactly the same, and then the one in the middle is slightly smaller. And in the actual bracket on the roof, it's already pre-threaded, and these have slot holes as well. So they're a little bit more forgiving if you need to make some adjustments, which is a good idea. That's it. There we go. All right, guys, so what we're going to do now is fit these crossbars. So again, it's a pretty straightforward process. So what I'm actually doing is I'm mounting this crossbar underneath. So I'm using the existing bolts that came with the backbone system kit, and that's gone in really, really snugly. Now, what I've got to anticipate for this side is I've actually got the awning. I've got the Open Road 270 awning on this side, so we haven't had to make any modifications to that. We've just had to use a slightly longer bolt to bolt this on. So what we're going to do is bolt this on now through that, and then we might use a bit of a clamping system through here, or I might drill another hole through here. Let's see how we go. But as you can see, it's relatively straightforward. You've got the option to mount these on top, just like Lionel's put up there, or below. And you can look clearance wise, like she's super, super low. And we'll show you the difference once they're sort of all mounted. But mate, it's looking great. And then ultimately the rooftop tent will go on top of that. Not it. Alright guys, so as you can see, super easy. Just get the little black one, the black nut underneath, centre the bar, and tighten her up. So you get a lot of flexibility with these, which is really good. Tighten her up. Too easy. Mate, that's solid as. Looking good. Alright guys, so just show you what it looks like from this side with the awning brackets on. So they're super simple. So I ended up just putting a bolt straight through the actual awning bracket itself, and then a U-bolt around the back there. So we're just going to have a play with the angles, and we've got to keep a couple of aluminium packers in there. But so we'll see how that works out. Again, it's looking clearance wise over the doors is looking quite good, but we're just going to pop it on now. But yeah, so those brackets with the backbone system tied into the crossbars is absolutely perfect. It looks good too. So coming together quite nicely. You can see from on top. All right, let's put this awning on and see how she looks. See if there's any issues opening doors. All right guys, she's all done. Came together very nicely in the end. Really happy sort of how it looks on the four-wheel drive. Really nice. I like the fact that the crossbars don't sit on top of the backbone, they sit under the backbone. Even though one of them's a little bit close. And I'll decide later on, once I get the rooftop tent on there, whether or not I actually want to leave that in. 3 crossbars might end up being perfect. I'm not going to modify it or anything. And the crossbars in particular, they're actually prototypes, so they may change. And again, with those, if you like, you can mount them on top as well. If you mount them on top, you're going to have no issues whatsoever. Otherwise, in relation to the backbone itself, like, it's come together really nicely. It was super easy to install. All right, so that's it for me today. And yeah, hope you're enjoying the content. Hope you got a lot out of it. Again, I'll pop up a link to Budget 4x4 where you can purchase this. And I'll see you on the road or in the next video. Cheers, guys.